want to do live today para makabawi sa ating WH. At ang babasahin natin ngayong kwento ay ang Toots Mommy na binili ko para sa anak ko. Ewan ko kung binasa talaga niya. So, meron tayong mensahe dito. Dear parent, congratulations. Your child is taking the first steps on an exciting journey. The destination is independent reading. So, nandito yung mga steps na gagawin. Ito yung guide ng parents sa mga anak na gustong magbasa. The step into reading na makikita ito. Ayan, step into reading. Ayan. Uy, hala. Oh my goodness, nahulog ang ating camera. Wait a moment. Sorry po sa nagalaw. So, ito. So, reading, learning to read step by step. Number 1, ready to read, preschool to kindergarten. Number 2, reading with help, preschool to grade 1. Step 3, reading on your own, grades 1 to 3. Step 4, reading paragraphs, grades 2 to 3. And step 5, ready for chapters, grades 2 to 3. So, umpisahan na natin. Ito pala ang purpose ng libro na to. Step into reading is designed to give every child a successful reading experience. The grade levels are only guides. Children can progress through the steps at their own speed, developing confidence in their reading no matter what their grades. Remember, a lifetime love of reading starts with a single step. Oo nga naman. Hindi magbasa ang bata, wala na, tamad na. Pagbabasa pa lang, tamad na. So, here we go. Step in reading. This is step number 4. So, Toots Mommy. Lost and Found by Judy, Donelly. Yan. Illustrated by James Watling by Random House, New York. So, let's do page 1. Taas ko. Yan. Kita ba? Okay. So, chapter 1. The king is dead. Tutankhamen is dead. Tutankhamen. Ang bikas nito ay Tutankhamen. Tutankhamen is dead. And family are glad for their king. David's spirit will travel to a wonderful place, the land of the dead. There the king will do all the things he loved to do when he was alive. He will feast and play games. He will go hunting and fishing. His spirit will be happy forever. Iniwala nila, pag namatay na, happy ang spirit. Tutankhamen will need many things in the land of the dead. He will need food and furniture and clothing. He will need games and jewelry. All these things must be buried with him. Yun pala, sa kanila pati jewelry, sayang naman. A golden necklace that belonged to the king. So, ito yung kanyang kayamanan. A game board buried with the king. Buried pala, hindi buried. Yes, shout out po sa ating dalawang viewers. Salamat po. Let's continue. Clear ba? Masyadong magalaw. Most of all, the king will need his body. The Egyptians believe a spirit cannot live on without its body. So dead bodies are dried out to last forever. They are turned into mummies. Priests come to the palace. They say prayers for the king. Then they dry out the king's body. They use a special kind of salt called natron. It takes many days. The mummy is wrapped in yards of fine cloth. More than 100 jewels and charms are tucked in the folds. The charms will keep evil spirits away from the king. Wow! Ganito pala. So, yan ang preparation ng mummy. Let's go to the next page. It takes 70 days to make a mummy. Wow, more than a month. But finally, the mummy is ready. Now it is time for the funeral. It is time for the king's spirit to travel to the land of the dead. Tutankhamun's mummy must be kept in a very safe place. At one time, Egyptian kings were buried in giant pyramids. But robbers broke into all of them. They stole the treasure. So Tutankhamun will be buried in a secret underground tomb. The king's funeral begins. A long parade walks slowly to the Nile River. The king's gold coffin shines in the sun. The young queen walks nearby. She prays aloud. The Egyptians believe some gods take the shape of animals. So there is a priest in leopard skins and animal mask. They chant and sing. One priest wears the mask of a dog. He is supposed to be Anubis, the god of mummies. Women cry and tear at they are showing how sad they are to lose their king. Behind them come hundreds of servants. They carry the king's treasure. They carry chests of clothes and jewels. They bring weapons and chariots. They carry baskets of flowers and food and wine. The servants also bring hundreds of tiny statues. Statues. These statues are supposed to turn into magic servants in the land of the dead. There they will serve the king. Wow. Kung palasyo yung damit, isang palasyo ang damit ng hari, di isang palasyo ang bubuhatin. Oh my goodness. Next page. Shout out po sa 5 nating viewers. Let's continue reading. Beautiful boats carry the people and treasure across the river. They are going to a rocky, deserted valley. The king's coffin is put onto a kind of sled. It is pulled up a rocky path. Wow. Saglit nga, tingnan natin. Ito pala siya, oh. Okay, next page. The people follow behind. It is hot and dusty. They walk for miles. Finally, they reach the secret entrance to the valley. Here is the royal graveyard. Priests guard it day and night. Wow. And there is banana saba. Wega wega. Here we go. There is banana saba. Ayan. Yes, let's continue reading. An opening has been cut into the rocky ground. A fire burns beside it. This is Tutankhamun's secret tomb. The priests pray. They touch the mouth, eyes, and ears on the mummy. Now the king's spirit can speak and see and hear. The mummy is put in the coffin and carried inside the tomb. With it goes all the king's treasure. Shout out po sa dalawang viewers. A great funeral feast begins. There is music and dancing. There is food and wine. At last the feast is over. The entrance to the tomb is filled up with stones. Now the tomb is hidden. Perhaps this will keep robbers away. Everyone goes back across the river. They are happy now. The king is on his way to a new life. That's the illustration. Happy together. Now that's the pyramid. Chapter 2, The Lost King. More than 3,000 years go by. The giant pyramids still stand in the desert, but Egypt's great days are long gone. Rulers from other lands have taken over. The old beliefs are gone. No more kings are buried with treasure. No more mummies are made. Is his tomb. Then, in the 1800s, something happens. People become interested. In ancient times, travelers pour into Egypt. They visit the temples and pyramids. They visit They all try to bring something back: pottery, beads, statues, even mummies. Dun, 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 dun. Some of the visitors are archaeologists. They are scientists who dig in the earth to find clues to the past. They travel far from the Nile. They go into the desert. They dig in the sand. They uncover forgotten temples. They find beautiful wall paintings and strange statues of animals and gods. The archaeologists find mummies. Hi, Sebastian Fano. Thank you so much for watching. At Haunted Explorer, hi. At Sebastian Fano, keep it up. Thank you so much. Shout out po. The archaeologists find mummies, thousands of them. There are mummies of men, women, and children. There are even animal mummies: mummy cats, mummy bulls, mummy crocodiles, even mummy insects. Hunted Explorer, yay. Wait a minute. I will screenshot. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for coming to this live. Wait, just for a while. Just a moment. Let me see. So here is the illustration. Where is my life? Where is my life? Okay, let's continue. Every archaeologist dreams of finding the tomb of a king, a tomb that has never been robbed. Scientists begin to dig in a lonely valley. It is called the Valley of the Kings. At Hunted Explorer, wow, there are 4 people now. Thank you so much for your support. One man uncovers a hidden tomb. It belongs to a famous king. Soon dozens of other tombs are discovered, but the tombs are all empty. Robbers looted them long, long ago. By 1900s, wait a moment. Haunted Explorer, oh no. We always love your videos. Oh, thank you so much. Let's continue with page 24. By 1900, most people have given up on the valley. Every inch has been dug up, they say. No other tombs are there. But one English archaeologist does not agree. His name is Howard Carter. He thinks one king is still buried in the valley, Tutankhamun. Chapter 3. The Search. Other scientists think Howard Carter is foolish. The valley is empty, they are sure of it. But Howard is stubborn. He first came to Egypt when he was only 17 years old. 4 years he worked in the valley. He knows it very well. He is sure Tutankhamun's tomb is there and he is going to find it. Some clues have been found: a cup, a few jars, some thin sheets of gold, and all of them bear the name Tutankhamun. But all the clues were found near the empty tomb of another king. Too near, everyone says. The Egyptians wouldn't put 2 tombs so close together, would they? What do you think is the mystery? Shout out to Haunted Explorer. Thank you so much for supporting. Page 26. Howard does not listen to anybody, and he is lucky. He meets a rich Englishman who believes in him. The man's name is Lord Carnarvon. He gives Howard the money he needs to start his search. Howard hires 50 men. Then he sets out for the valley. It is a terrible place. There are no trees or grass, just rocky cliffs and sand. It is burning hot, dry, and dusty. The rocks give no shade, but they are good hiding places for snakes and insects. Howard doesn't mind. He and his men start to work. It is hard and slow. The men fill baskets with stones and sand. They carry them off and empty them. Then they come back for more. At last they hit something, but it is not a king's tomb. They find some old stone huts. Howard is very disappointed. He moves to a different part of the valley. He digs there for 5 long years. What does he find? Nothing. Finally, Lord Carnarvon has had enough. He wants to give up. Not Howard. He begs for one more try. He remembers those stone huts. He wants to dig under them. It is one place no one has ever tried. Lord Carnarvon agrees. But this is Howard's last chance. So bilisan natin kasi nagwa-warning ng aking cellphone. Howard buys a golden canary for good luck, and in November 1922, he and his men start digging again. On the third day, Howard and his men find a step. It is cut right into the rock. They uncover another and another. They have found a whole stairway, and it leads to a secret door. Howard is burning with excitement. What is behind that door? But he cannot forget Lord Carnarvon. Lord Carnarvon is far away in England. He will want to be there too. Howard sends his friend to the thrilling news. Lord Carnarvon sets out right away, but there aren't many airplanes in 1922. He has to come by ship, another train, and last by donkey. It takes 2 whole weeks. The two men stand before the secret door. Howard sees some writing he has not noticed before. There is a name, Tutankhamen. 4. The Discovery. Carefully, Howard makes a hole in the door. He holds a candle to the opening. Lord Carnarvon is right behind him. Do you see anything? He asks. Howard cannot speak. Then he chokes out some words. Yes, he says. Wonderful things. There are golden chariots, jeweled chests, couches in the shapes of animals. There are vases and statues. Everything glitters with gold. Wow, this is the gold. Thank you so much to our 5 viewers. I'm trying to read faster so I can finish because my phone is becoming hot. Soon Howard is standing inside the tomb. He's almost afraid. The air smells sweet from ancient funeral flowers. Time seems to melt away. He feels as if the king were buried only moments ago. He sees two statues of the king, big as life. He sees Tutankhamun's gold throne. Excitement takes over. Treasure is all around him. It is piled to the ceiling, and there are doors to still more rooms. One of them is sealed shut. Howard is sure the king's mummy is somewhere behind it, waiting. That's the annex, the antechamber, the burial chamber, and the treasury. 5. The king is found. The discovery of the tomb makes headlines all over the world. It is the greatest treasure ever found. Howard Carter becomes famous, and so does Tutankhamun. Newspapers call him King Tut for short. And suddenly his name is everywhere, on the radio, in the movies, in the songs and jokes, and everyone wants to wear Egyptian-style clothes and jewelry. Howard wants to open the sealed door right away, but first hundreds of treasures must be cleared out, and they must be moved very, very carefully. Has learned this the hard way. Once he touched a beaded necklace, the thread turned to dust. Beads scattered everywhere. Howard had to pick up each one with a tweezer. All 371 beads. It takes months to clear the tomb, but finally Howard is ready to find the king's mummy very carefully. He opens the sealed door. At first, this is only a wall of gold. It is a huge golden cabinet. Inside the cabinet is a great stone box, and in the box are 3 beautiful coffins. Each coffin is nested tight inside the other. The picture below shows how it looked. The last coffin is made of solid gold, more than 200 pounds of it. Slowly, Howard takes out the golden nails. It is a special moment. Once Tutankhamun was just a name to him, now he has seen the king's face on statues and carvings. He has touched the king's dearest belongings, his robes and sandals, his games, the chair he sat on as a small child. Howard raises the golden lid. There is the mummy of the king. It wears a beautiful gold mask. Beneath the mask, the mummy is covered with cloth. Gently, Howard takes the cloth away. He sees the face of a dead king for the first time. It is the face of a young man. He looks calm and peaceful. It is hard for Howard to understand that even now people fear the king's mummy. They believe it has magic powers. The story starts because Lord Carnarvon dies not long after going into the tomb. He dies from a bad insect bite. But newspapers say it is because of the mummy's curse. They say Tooth is mad that his tomb has been opened and now he has gotten back at Lord Carnarvon. Howard does not believe mummies have magic powers. After all, he is the one who opened the tomb, not Lord Carnarvon. And Howard is fine. In fact, he lives for many years. Howard sends Tooth's treasures to a museum. He wants scientists to study them. He wants millions of people to enjoy them. Last page. But he feels there is only one place for King Tut's mummy. King Tut will stay where he has